We need better mental health, and the world needs a helping hand. Everyone that you know is needing help, and you can do it or you can afford to do it, this is the time. They need it and you need it. You need something that is bigger than yourself, that is gonna give you purpose so you can continue to feel good about things, because it is really devastating, most of the things that we hear. Hello everyone, this is Inspired Tuesday. This is my weekly vlog that I started to add value and motivate my team at Icon Dental Center. And it was so positive to my team that I decided to share it with you and hope to add value and motivate you too. So since the pandemic, I've been asked to focus on topics mostly related to the pandemic and things we're going through. And it's also been very positive. So today the topic is improve your self-care. You know, with this COVID-19 pandemic, it's been so tough, and including all the unemployment and this stressful election that we had here in the United States, and everything is going through the world, is very expected to have people being stressed out with anxiety or even depressed. So now it's never been more important to improve your self-care than ever before. So today I have 3 tips. I'll start with 2, then bring 1 quote, and then 1 more tip. I hope this is really helpful for you. Enjoy. Tip number 1 is pay it forward. It's nice to be important, but it's really important to be nice. And you know, when you help others, you're getting helped by default, because research has shown that helping others it really gives a boost in our mental health, and it leads to a longer life, which right now at this moment, I cannot see a better self-care better than improving our mental health. Like, everything that we hear is so devastating, it's so bad a lot of the time, that if anything you do is gonna help your mental health, you should already take it. And then you may ask, like, is it really altruism if you're getting benefit? Yes, because when you're making other people happy, you are gonna feel happier. It is human, it's just normal. And right now, the world really needs it. It's both ways. We need better mental health, and the world needs a helping hand. Everyone that you know is needing help, and you can do it or you can afford to do it, this is the time. They need it and you need it. You need something that is bigger than yourself, that is going to give you purpose so you can continue to feel good about things, because it is really devastating, most of the things that we hear. But just by doing that, that's really going to help you with self-care, and it's going to help the world at the same time. So that's tip number 1. Tip number 2 is stress less. This tip is way easier said than done, right? With all we hear and see lately, to stress less, it's almost like a joke sometimes. But we still should be trying our best to stress less. And with all honesty, the stress level is so high and it's so obvious. And I've been doing dentistry for a while. It's been almost my 12th year this year. And I have never seen so many people request night guard. We've always recommended, but now it's almost like people want it. They're calling because there's so much job pain, so much stress going on. And, but again, we still have to do our part on the deal, right? And one of the main things is we have to try our best to be concerned about things that we can control. And things that we cannot control, we have to, work on our mindset to understand that there's a difference. We are not God. And if you accept that, you know that we cannot control a lot of the things, but the things that you can control, you have to take responsibility and accountability on that, which is one of the things that reduce stress, right? That we all know is being healthier. Your physical health is going to help with your mental health. When you eat healthier, when you exercise, you sleep better, that's in your control. you can pick what you're gonna eat, and you can pick if you're gonna work out or not. So this is on you. And again, the other things that you cannot control, it becomes really hard for you to do anything about it. Like, go and breathe fresh air outside. You can control that, and that helps with stress. You can meditate, all the things that you can do that can help with stress and you can control, go ahead and do it. And understand the fact that what you cannot control, it's a waste of your time to totally put all your stress and effort on that. Okay, so manage what you can control, and what you cannot control, you'll leave it to God, then pray and, do your best to try to move on with things. So this is tip number 2.
A quote from Eleanor Brown: "Self-care is so important. When you take time to replenish your spirit, it allows you to serve others from the overflow. You cannot serve from an empty vessel."
Tip number 3 is say no. What does that mean? It means that sometimes you're going to have to say no to things or someone in order for you to say yes for yourself. And that's part of self-care, and it's totally okay. Sometimes what happens is that we accept a workload that is huge and we don't have enough time for that. So what you're going to have to do, you're going to have to prioritize. And some of the things or some of the people are going to have to get a no, so you can move on and get things done. It's just okay. And, a lot of the times the problem is that you're going to have to also say no to someone that is closer to you, to some relatives, or at least limit the exposure to that person if the person is someone that drags you down. There's already enough negativity and problems going on in the world for you to, on the top of all this, have to deal with someone that is making it way worse for you, especially in this kind of time. So sometimes you can't say a complete no, but at least what I say, half a no, which is you limit exposure and the conversation that you have. That's also okay. I just mentioned in the tip before that in order for you to reduce the stress, you're gonna have to take accountability on things that you can control. This is one of the things that you can control, on how much you let people stress you out. What kind of limits do you put? What kind of barriers? This is under your control for the most part. I understand sometimes it's hard, but then there's other ways that you can do it. Again, it's about limiting the exposure to the other person or the conversation. Limit the topics that you talk about if it's a problem. So that's another thing we can control. And I really think a very important thing, just how I mentioned before, and I really like to bring it up in most of this Inspire Tuesdays, especially lately, is the importance, because this one, every one of you can control. Wear a mask, hygiene, don't keep your sanitizer in your pocket, be really vigilant, self-distancing. This is not time for huge connection. The virus is really in full momentum because it's coming winter for most everywhere. And it's very important for us, in order for us to, to take care of ourselves too, and others around us, to protect ourselves from this virus until, vaccine is coming soon and there's a lot of therapeutics. But meanwhile, we're going to have to hunker down a little bit longer just so we stay safe and healthy. So I hope this topic was really helpful, and all these tips, and keep sending your DMs, and make sure to subscribe to our channel and like our pages on Facebook and Instagram, and subscribe to our channel on YouTube. And until next time, my friends, stay positive, stay safe, and stay optimistic. I'll talk to you guys next week. Bye.